Hey everyone, Shareem Herndon Brown here with your Friday Facebook Live. Really excited to be with you right now. I'm also watching myself on my phone on Facebook Live, and I saw myself dancing. So I know there's a slight delay, but it was hilarious to watch myself dance. Anyway, all that said, welcome to Facebook. Where should I apply? Every week we jump on Facebook Live to talk about different schools and different colleges that are out there so that kids know that there are more schools than just the ones that are either around the corner or just the Ivy League. There are plenty of colleges around the world, and I want to make sure that students know about them as much as possible. Today, we're going to talk about one particular school in Utah. Someone says, well, why Utah? Well, the National Association for College Admissions Counselors Conference is in Salt Lake City, Utah this week. And I did not go this year. I go annually, typically. I didn't go this year, but I wish I was out there. I have great friends who are getting awards via NACAC. Shout out to Accept. They're doing great things in terms of equity and admission, and I'm very, very proud of them. Marie Brigham, you know how I feel about you. You guys are doing great. But in the interim, since you guys are out in Utah, I figured we still talk about schools in Utah. So hopefully this will work this week. I'm going to share my screen and talk about Brigham Young University. Brigham Young. Now, where is it? Let's see. Brigham Young University is in Provo, Utah. And I'm hoping that everyone can see this. Again, I'm still learning the Zoom Facebook Live integration, but I'm very happy about it. Oh, while I'm making sure that it works, look at this. The college, it works, so wonderful. But here's the curriculum. A lot of you were asking me, Shireen, where's that curriculum you were talking about a couple of weeks ago? This is the Strategies for College Awareness curriculum. I'm super proud of it. If you can see, it goes from grades 3 to 5, grades 6 to 8, grades 6 to 9. There are activities for each grade, for each season. This is the 8th grade for parents, teachers, and students. There's something for you to do to get your student, your child, more aware of college admission and colleges. So I'm super, super proud of this. And I hope that people, schools, organizations will be interested in implementing this into your curriculum, because I think it'll be really helpful. I also had a family of mine, a client that I've worked with now for many, many years. I'm on their 3rd child. They told me that they bought my book. This is the Parent's Guide to College Admission Success. I was like, why'd you buy that? You've done this. You're a veteran at this now. Why are you buying this? But she was like, you've done a great job with us, and I wanted to support. And I said, thank you. But she did thumb through and say, this was really helpful. Of course, she wishes she would have had it 8 years ago when I should have written it, but it's here now. And I'm glad that she bought it. It meant a lot to me to see that my book was in her house. So that's my book, the Parent's Guide to College Admission Success. This is the curriculum. That I'm super. Did I sound like Oprah? I did. But anyway, see that. But today let's talk about Brigham Young, BYU. BYU is known around the world because of the missionary trips that they do as part of their curriculum. Everyone who attends BYU must do some kind of missionary trip before they can graduate. But I wanted to show you a few things about the school because, again, I'm learning just as much as you are. I have been out to Brigham Young. I have been out to Westminster, is the other school in Salt Lake City. University of Utah. I mean, this is about 10 years ago, admittedly. I don't go out to Utah too much. I'm not a big skier. But I did want to show you a little bit about Brigham Young because I think it's a great school. And I met a student who, when I lived in Atlanta, who was attending Brigham Young. I thought that was pretty cool. So anyway, 51% admit rate. Let me see if I can get my little annotation thing here. And right, so we have 51% admit rate. I think it's really cool. The cost isn't, it's reasonable given colleges around the world now. But yes, I think that this is approximate in terms of how much it's going to cost. It's a pretty big school. I mean, it's a major football school. Steve Young, if you're a 49ers fan, went there. There's some college basketball, there are professional basketball players who went there. The University of Utah. Again, we're talking about Utah today because the National Association of College Admissions Counselors conference is out there. And I wanted to make sure we highlight that. Brigham Young also has majors. Oh, someone, hey, my wife, she's a nice person. She jumped in on the live. She didn't know I was going live, but she jumped in and she has a question. Well, what are the majors? So I guess I should, show you, because if I don't, she'll be mad at me. So the majors, the degree programs at Brigham Young, you can always see the different degrees. Can you guys see that right now? Might be in another window. Nope. Again, just a slight delay. I'm watching myself on Facebook Live to make sure it's all working. Yes, Brigham Young has great majors: biochemistry, molecular bio, zoology. It's either going to be a bachelor's, a master's, or a doctorate program, accounting, business administration. So again, we try to show you these things every week on Friday afternoons, because we want you to become more oriented with different kinds of schools, not just the ones that you've heard about from neighbors, but you're able to just learn more about colleges. And again, this will always be on our website, on Facebook, and I'll upload it to YouTube as well. So if you want to learn more about Brigham Young, please do your research. I'm very, very impressed by BYU in a variety of capacities, and I think it's a great school. Let's look at some of the schools that it overlaps with. This College Planner Pro software that I use with all of our students gives us a ton of information, not too much to digest for today, but one of the great things it does is gives us a FISC guide profile. The FISC guide profile will show you some overlap schools. The University of Utah, ta-da! Why do I have an Oprah voice today? But yes, it is a Church of Latter-day Saints school. I do not believe it's exclusive, meaning that if you are of our other faiths, you can attend. And I don't think they're going to be exclusionary, but please understand that there will be a missionary component to that. But the FISC guide is very, very thorough in telling you more about BYU. And, it's just a great school. But the University of Utah, which I could just double click on as well, because that's why this tool is so cool, and will then show me about its school. And this is Salt Lake City. So the conference that our national conference is in Salt Lake City right now. This is the University of Utah, which again has the same kind of information. I can show you the majors, and of course the schools that overlap with it. Arizona, Colorado, University of Washington, all these schools, either compete against one another in athletics, or they are just intertwined somehow academically and have a lot of crossover applications. I'm a big fan of the University of Colorado at Boulder. I was working with some students this week on their supplemental essay question. I'll actually read that to you, because actually it's pretty good. But again, where should I apply? Every Friday, we jump on Facebook Live and we talk about different schools so that people are more familiar with them. The University of Colorado, as I'm showing you right now, we started with BYU, we went to University of Utah, now we're at the University of Colorado. 76% admit rate, 25,000 kids, but Boulder is gorgeous. So I have no complaints about that. And their degree programs, I'll show you some of the majors that they have at Boulder. Colorado at Boulder, excuse me. And again, great tool. This is called Custom College Planner Pro on my side, Custom College Plan on the student side, and it gives us a ton of information about their schools. My wife, I love her so much. She is also in our Facebook Live group. She's the co-owner of the business, so she knows the stuff like the back of her hand. What kind of grades and scores do you need to get in? Most kids who were admitted last year had a 3.65. Their SAT scores, let me highlight some of that. Or ACT scores, the 50th percentile of kids who were admitted had somewhere in this range. Okay, so again, standardized testing is important. Please do not be neglectful of standardized testing, of having good grades. And then also I want to show you the GPA again. GPAs can always be a little skewed because different schools have grade inflation, but I thought this would be helpful. So I'm not going to kind of just belabor the point. I want to show you some other stuff, but I'll save it for next week. Next week, we'll talk about a host of other schools depending on what's hot and current. I think I'm going to do the Where Should I Apply series based upon schools that are in the news or places that are in the news. And for me, Salt Lake City and Utah was in the news because of our national conference. Shout out to Accept. But I hope that you thought this was helpful. And you can always check us out at strategicconventionsadvice.com. And hopefully we'll give you more information every week about where should I apply. But look at the book. Go to Amazon, get the book, The Parent's Guide to College Admission Success. Yay. All right. Have a great weekend, everyone. See you soon.